right, there's really just gonna be that many traffic noises today, aren't there? Wow. Got pom-poms. Look at the little stars on the bottom edge. The assemblage of fools motley. Because the author of this book is a performer known for her role as Jane the Fool in this memorable and yet alarming author photo. You've already read the title. I found a book about how to be good at renfest. I adore that a book about something so specific was written and made. A guide for players in oh my god, I'm even gonna be able to say the title. A guide for players in improvised, interactive, environmental performance, walk around entertainment, and first-person historical interpretation. Unfortunately, a lot of that doesn't apply to fairies. But you can make it apply to fairies. The tactics are the same. The things you get out of it as a performer are the same. This was published in 2012. I looked it up, and Elizabeth Shapero has also written another more recent book on the same topic. I'm gonna hunt that one down and read it too. I just happened to find this one used really conveniently. This book was mentioned in just a comment on resources for fair performers in a Facebook group that I'm in. And I was like, what? There's a book about this? I want to read it because I miss fairs terribly right now. I was really lucky to find a used copy of this, and I was really hoping that it would come and be like scribbled in or have notes highlighted, have secret messages folded into it. It doesn't. It came perfectly intact and absolutely beautiful. Mint condition. I will leave it in a mint condition of my own. I want to scribble in my own notes, leave bookmarks with note cards of anecdotes, highlight resources, and pass it on to another performer. I feel a little bit like I'm doing a book report or something, but I'm not really writing a standard review because it's not narrative. It is, it's not quite step-by-step theory nonfiction tutorial. It's not quite a memoir, but it lends itself that way. It's a little bit of both. It's very light, easy reading. The writing style is very friendly, casual, anecdotal, internet-isms. The beginning chunk of the book is exercises that detail building your character and how building a fair character is, well, this is my own paraphrasing. How building a fair character is different than building a character for role-playing or D&D, because essentially, when you are performing in a street cast, the most important thing to do, bring it all together and make the people that are there at the festival part of their day. Be part of their day. The exercises for building your character are not just about historical details, it's more about brainstorming a list of activities that a character would do that makes sense for your character to do, that are able to bring in other people in an interesting way, instead of just being decorative, I guess. I love what I do at renfest, but I do not think of myself as an actress, and I do not think of myself as a theater kid or a loud person generally. So when it all comes together, that's when it's really worth it for me. Characters we create are all so different, and when you're creating a character and you're making up details and you're putting yourself into it, it's really easy to get up in your head and fall in love with an idea and then realize that that idea is not going to work. In the format of the lanes, it's going to fall apart. It's going to not be worth forcing. It's going to exclude people, and they're not going to be in on the joke, and they're going to be like, okay. And I love the way that they put it. This is really funny. This membership in the super exclusive club of being cast in an environmental interactive show does not mean that you also get to destroy the show's audience by being a total jerkface. Don't leave people out of the jokes. Bring them in. Beyond the guides about who your character is, what you can do as your character at fair to bring in and make people feel great, so much of the advice is given in personal anecdotes, the history of her character, the connection that this author has with Jane the Fool. And something about that just really feels very much like being at a rehearsal to me. It's a quick read. It's light reading, and it's mostly because you can tell that this author is a list person. I am also a list person, so that makes it easy for me to commit to my memory. But there's something so personal and still interactive and welcoming about just hearing someone talk about their perspective and doing this when you know that you are also interested in doing this, that feels like being at a renfest cast rehearsal. And I haven't had that feeling since the before times. And so I really missed that, and I really enjoyed that about this read. Something also fun about just the nature of reading a book by an author that's an entertainment director is it's really easy to go on YouTube and search Jane the Fool and find all of the things she talked about in action as her character and other resources that the author has created that are available, their website and their performer page, and it's all just there, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. There's a lot of other stuff that's useful in this book. Stuff that it's important to remember and cement in your head and think about. And it also kind of asks you to examine why you're interested in doing this, or think about what makes it worth it to you. That's a big overarching thread in this book. What makes doing this worth it to you? Because it's not money. It's about creativity more than money. And that's me right here. That's me with what I draw. That's me with what I like to make. So it's cathartic to examine that and hear from someone else who has so deeply examined that aspect of being a part of the Renaissance Festival. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me to ramble about this book. I know there's not a lot visually to this video. It's another video of me just sitting here talking instead of making something or doing something constructive, but I hope you got something out of it nonetheless. Closing words. It really does feel like a book report now. Oh no! I guess that's my closing thought, that reading it was nice because it reminded me of cast rehearsals, which I hope will happen this year. Thank you so much for watching today. I have plans to continue making content about Renaissance festivals when I can. If you would like to support the things that I make and do, check out my Ko-fi.